All right. All right. Hi, everybody. Dr. Ray with Chiropractic Plus here with Dr. Andrew. And we kind of sat down and wanted to strike up a conversation about enzymes. Now, first of all, Dr. Andrew, what is an enzyme?
Enzyme is a factor that's needed for every single process within the body. So digestively, you need enzymes to break down your food from macronutrients, which are your proteins, your carbohydrates, and your fats, into the micronutrients, so they're digestible. Well, one of the hallmarks of aging is your body actually decreases enzyme production. So that equates to you're not digesting food as well, you're dealing with stuff like acid reflux maybe, and then the aging process is accelerated, so you're dealing with stuff like brain fog, forgetfulness, chronic diseases, stuff we don't want to deal with, that you don't have to deal with.
Yeah, and oftentimes we learn, and you guys, many of you already know, that when the spine becomes misaligned, that damages the nerve to the various systems that manufacture these enzymes.
Absolutely.
So when you get out of alignment or subluxated, that crushes and damages the nerve, and that compromises your ability to make hydrochloric acid, your pancreatic enzymes, your lipases from the liver, and all the other systems that help break down your food into small products that can be usable. So number one, we got to make sure we're getting that adequate adjustment. Number one, for enzymes to work, we got to get our spine aligned.
Absolutely.
But many times as we get older, even though we may be subluxation free, our bodies aren't as strong and powerful as they were. So sometimes we have to do supplementation. So talk a little bit about that.
So we have a few in the office, but the one I like to use, now they all have different reasons you'd use them. You'd use the Biomin if you have trouble digesting fats. You would use the hydrochloric acid supplementation with proteins, and then Enzymes if you're having trouble with your carbohydrates. The one I like to go to just for daily use, especially if I'm eating something that's a bit questionable outside of the advanced plan realm, is the Enzymes Pro, because it has a little bit of hydrochloric acid in it and has a full spectrum of your enzymes to break down your macronutrients.
So it literally takes the Enzymes Pro. You're like, doctor, I don't know what I'm supposed to take. I'm confused. All I know is when I eat, I feel bloated, I feel swollen, I'm just having trouble. Well, the classic, if you're having trouble with digesting proteins, that'd be your meat products primarily. That would be gastric acid. That's the supplement of recommendation. If you're having trouble digesting fats, that would be the Biomin that you mentioned. Now, the thing about that, if you've lost your gallbladder, I would highly encourage you to take Biomin, even if it doesn't cause you struggles, because you've got to digest your fats for a healthy nervous system, kind of an important part of our body. Yeah. But the Biomin will help aid in that digestive process because the gallbladder has the bile in it to allow you to really break down those fats. And the last one, the pancreatic enzymes, which comes from the pancreas, again, that comes from the Enzymes Pro. So Enzymes Pro is one of the best, most broad spectrum, so I don't know what to do. I'm a little bit confused. I have trouble with everything. Well, if it's protein, it's the gastric acid. If it's your fats, it's going to be Biomin. Carbohydrates would be your Enzymes Pro. But if you don't know, if you're confused, the go-to is always what?
The Enzymes Pro.
So that's what I'd recommend for you. If you don't know what else to do, Enzymes Pro is your answer.
I would say it's safe just to always have on hand because, let's face it, I'm not eating the advanced plan 100% of the time. I'm having those vacation meals. So it's a good thing to have on hand. That way you don't feel like crap in the morning.
Absolutely. And sometimes we do vacation meals a little more than vacationing.
Yeah.
We're not as good as we look sometimes. Anyway, take care, guys. Thanks for listening. A little bit on enzymes.